My co-host, Matt.
Hi, everybody. Thank you.
Hey, nice outfit.
It's been a blast, Susan. Now, since the very beginning, the basic concept behind the filmmaking process has remained the same: to make the audience believe everything you see is real.
Today's filmmakers have more tools than ever before. High-tech cameras, super fast computers, but they still rely on a category of effects so distinctive, they're known as special.
And the first special effects were practical effects, effects that are done live, on the set, in front of a camera. And our first example of a practical effect will be models. Universal's 1932 film, The Mummy, made use of miniature effects, including scale models like the ones you see here in the title sequence. And we know that's a model because if you look at the real pyramids, they do not say The Mummy on them. Now, Universal relaunched that franchise in 1999. And the Sphinx that you see in the opening shot right there, that Sphinx is this Sphinx right here. This is the actual model that was used in that movie. And the detail on this guy is, mwah, chef's kiss. I think Susan would agree, models are still an awesome way to fool a camera.
Oh, absolutely. Another filmmaking tool that also fools a camera is the glass mat. In the terrifying film, The Birds, the brilliant Alfred Hitchcock had matte paintings created to achieve the eerie look he wanted for the town of Bodega Bay. Take a look at the side screens. In this literal bird's eye view of the town, only the fire and the parking lot were real. Everything else was hand-painted on glass to create a map and then dropped in front of the camera. And then the footage of the birds was incorporated to complete the effect.
So we've just given you two examples of a practical effect, a model and a glass mat.
And there's also a category of practical effects that involves performers and not just props. Practical stunts!
Did someone say stunts?
Please welcome our special effects show stunt department!
Yeah! That was amazing! Rock comes in, 3:15, upside down, Julia's zipping on in, Nathan figured out how to walk. Why don't we get a cool entrance like that?
Because we're wearing nice clothes. You may not know their faces, but you have seen their work in countless television and movie projects, sometimes as stunt doubles for some of your favorite stars. Please welcome them. We have Julia Elizabeth here, and doing their very last shows with us. Give it up for Nate Mitchell and Brock Markham. Now, Brock, is it safe to say that stunt performers almost always double for actors when there's a fight scene?
Yes, actors don't like getting hit in the face.
Hit in the face?
Yeah, like this.
Is he okay?
I don't know. You okay? Oh yeah, okay.
Oh, he's okay. All right, you can get set up. Now, in staging a fight, the art of illusion is very important. All the moves have to be realistic enough to fool the camera, but without getting anybody injured. So the performers have to make it look believable. Now let me set our scene. Exterior, dark alley, dead of night. A couple of nefarious characters are about to mess with the wrong woman. Ready, and action!
Hey, spare dog. Come here.
This isn't the type of thing any of our friends out there should try at home, right?
Oh, that's correct, Susan.
Okay. Woo! Great job. Don't worry, they'll be back. Did you notice the sound effects in the last scene? All the dynamic punches and dumpster hits. Matt, what do we call those added sounds?
Foley! You may have heard the term Foley before. It's the process of adding sound effects to a film after a shot, but do you know its origins? Jack Foley was a man who wore many hats. He was a writer, director, he was even a stunt double, but it wasn't until he recorded sounds for Universal over 100 years ago that he began to make a name for himself. For over 30 years, Jack worked on Soundstage 10, and if he couldn't recreate a sound that he wanted on that stage, my guy went out and recorded it live. In fact, he invented a technique called direct-to-picture, where he and his crew, they recorded their sounds directly to the finished film in one single take. Now, their timing to the action on the screen had to be perfect, because one mistake meant they had to start all the way over from the beginning of the film. And now to help us demonstrate Foley, put your hands together for our volunteers!
Yeah, we've got some high schoolers from Champs and one from Palmdale.
Ooh, I can't wait to figure out which one is which. So you guys are going to help me demonstrate how these everyday objects in front of you, they can be used for something completely different in a film. Like, ooh, this little guy, a simple plastic water bottle. This can be used to make the sounds of bones crunching. Check this out, ready? And kids, you can try that at home, because your parents are going to love it when you fake an injury. So, before we get into you guys, we're going to take a look at how the professionals do. So everyone, watch your side screens. You're going to see a split screen shot. On one side, you'll see Identity Thief starring Jason Bateman and Melissa McCarthy. And on the other side, Universal's Foley artist, hard at work.
Now I have a plan.
Piece of cake, right, Daisy? Yes, that's what I want to hear. So let's tell everybody what you have in front of you, starting with you. You're in charge of my crash box. Inside this, we got a little metal object. You're going to spin that when Jason goes flying into the shelf and flipping over the chair. All right, Richard, you've got our shoes on sticks. So you can take care of all the running that happens in the scene with Melissa. Faith, you've got our 2 reams of paper. They've been taped up nice and tight. You're going to slam those down on the cutting board when Melissa McCarthy does her face plant. Chris, you're in charge of the boxing gloves. You got throw punches and face slaps. All right, Griffin, you've got our cowbell. That's going to be for when the sandwich maker hits her in the back of the head. And then down here on the end, Gabby, you've got, this is where things go crazy, because these handcuffs are going to make the sound of handcuffs. Whoa, all right, that is correct. So here are your props. This is your monitor right here. When your Momo pops up, be nice and loud. Sound good? Thumbs up. All right, friends are ready to go. So let's go ahead and roll the clip. Record sound, speed, and action. Follow me, I don't know about you guys, but those are some of the sweetest face slaps I've ever heard in my entire life. Tap, 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 tap. Now, you may be thinking that that sounded a little empty, but here's what it sounds like. We add back in the dialogue, the soundtrack, and your sound effects. Take a look at your side screens. Let's check out your work.
Get over here and give me your wrist. Okay? Now I have a plan.
While Universal has made great films in every genre, the studio really made a mark over the years, creating some of the industry's most terrifying thriller and horror films. Let's take a peek. just behind me are the stars of our horror family. Some of the classic Universal monsters. We have maquettes of Dracula, Chucky and his bride, Michael Myers, Imhotep from the Mummy, Phantom of the Opera, and Mother Bates. The perfect setting for our next demonstration.
All the way from North Carolina, everybody say hi, Jessica!
Hi, Jessica. Hey. Jessica was picked for her very impressive scream. So, Jessica, let's say that you were face to face with Norman Bates. Let's all hear how you would scream. Yeah.
That was adorable. You're gonna die.
Oh. As you saw in that fight earlier, stunt performers have to have a very high pain threshold. So my question is, do you?
Well, do you?
Because this next demonstration involves movie blood. Does anyone know what Alfred Hitchcock used for movie blood in the original Psycho? Shout it out. Chocolate syrup.
That's right. Chocolate syrup is correct. Psycho was a black and white movie, so they could get away with that. However, nowadays, movie blood has to be so much more realistic.
Thank you for giving us a hand.
Literally. Now, kids, I have to remind you, please do not try this at home.
Try it at a friend's house. All right, put your right hand out of the table for me, palm up, so you're right to your vein. Okay, Jessica, now ready?
No, don't use the machete.
No, Jessica, I'm totally kidding. I'm not gonna use a machete. I have a sharper knife.
Yeah.
Yay! Take a look at the side screens, everyone. Scream on three, Jessica. 1, 2, 3! She's okay. See, she's smiling. This is a classic cinematic horror technique, a Hollywood blood knife. Take a look. This is a false blade with a cutout for her arm that comes out of the handle like that. Meanwhile, though, I'm squeezing movie blood from this bulb back here so that it comes out of a tube right where that notch is. So it looks like it's bleeding from her arm. Give it up for Jessica!
What? Amazing.
Yes.
You got blood in my pants, I gotta change, girl.
You're gonna love your next outfit.
What?
Cool. Jessica, you can come with me right over here. We promised you a photo as our thank you. So if you want to set up your camera for me, I will take your picture. There you go. Let me pose you with our classic Universal monsters. Your spotlight is right here, Jessica. And on 3, let's hear that amazing scream one more time, okay? 1, 2, 3! Jessica, that was your real scream. Are you okay? She's okay. Come with me. Michael. Go home, Michael Myers. Jessica, that was amazing. I wish we could see it again. I think we can. Take a look at the side screens. Look at that perfect still right out of a horror movie. Give it up for Jessica one more time. Oh. No. You stay there. So far, we have shown you practical effects. Now we're switched to visual effects, which are done in a computer, specifically motion capture. To help me demonstrate motion capture, or mocap, welcome back my co-host, Matt!
Soak it in, people.
You're looking good.
It's tight.
Is it? Let's activate our perimeter sensors, please. So the dots that you see on his suit, they reflect light to our sensors, which then goes into our computer and captures all of their locations. Is everything okay?
It's really tight.
Okay. You know, why don't we just see the capture on our screens down here? Now the computer connects the dots on his suit and creates the digital skeleton that you see. Now you can do a T-pose. That's perfect. We always start with this T-pose to mark the beginning of each take. That way it is easier for us to go... Matt!
What?
We saw that!
Yes, you did.
Take your left hand, touch the tip of your nose for me. Good, now your right hand.
Tell me more.
Okay, let's do both arms again.
Okay.
We start with some simple movements so that we can calibrate our system. And you can relax your arms. Next, we do full body movements. Start with jumping jacks. Great, a little bit, you can just jog in place. So digital animators will start with this skeleton, then they can change the aspect ratio. add a wire frame on top. Finally, they can add skins. Using this technology, we can turn Matt and his movements into anything that we want. So Matt, we have turned you into a cuddly, friendly teddy bear.
Oh, hi, teddy bear.
Oh, but you're not just any teddy bear. You're the star of Universal's Ted.
Oh, then let's get funky, Susan.
Let's do it, Matt.
Yeah, here we go. Check this out. Here we go. You're gonna love it. This is for the ladies.
Oh!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Matt, you have channeled the inner Ted. Hey, Ted, what do you think of the show so far?
That's why I watch these things. It's like a cool behind the scenes thing that you wouldn't know.
Thunder Buddy's dead.
Thunder Buddies for life.
You made a Thunder Buddy. Give it up for Ted and Matt!
Susan, I'll see you in the finale.
Got it. Fun fact, Seth MacFarlane had a modified mocap suit made by Phil Tippett Studios so that he could act and direct at the same time. Let's take a look at the genius behind Ted.
We were able to do Ted in a completely lifelike way and to use technology in a way that it really hasn't been used to date. What that technology does so well is it takes fantastical characters and makes them as realistic in movement as possible.
As far as technology has come with CGI and visual effects, some things just look better when they're real. Like fire. Let's take a look at fire stunts in some Universal films. One of the most exciting and dangerous aspects of filmmaking is undoubtedly a fire stunt. And we're gonna bring back out our top-notch stunt department to show you how they execute a live fire burn. Julia in the center is the performer we will be setting on fire. We have our coordinator, Brock and Nate, acting as our safeties. If you look at Julia's face, you may be wondering, is she so nervous that she's sweating profusely? No, that is protective fire gel that she's got on all of her exposed skin areas. You may know what it's like if you miss a spot with sunscreen. Imagine if you missed a spot while on fire. Before we fuel, we check our extinguishers in case of an early ignition.
Excuse me. We're ready to fuel. Nate, you ready? Ready. Julia, you ready? Fueling.
At the completion of the shot, Julia will make her way to this fire blanket where she will be extinguished. At that point, we are looking for a thumbs up that she is okay. If Julia gives us a thumbs down, that is an alert to get our medical team involved. Now, at this point, I need to stress, these are trained professionals, and they're using very special equipment. This is not the type of thing anyone should ever think about trying on their own. Julia is going to burn for 8 to 10 seconds. So I will leave it to our booth to set the lights in the house for the shot and our clock to 0 on the side screens. Everyone, please remain in your seats for the duration of the stunt. Whenever you're ready, Brock.
Thank you. Nate, you ready? Ready. Julia, ready to burn?
Ready and action.
Lighting. You're lit.
10 seconds.
You're out.
She's okay, everybody! And remember, over 16 seconds! Keep it going for the last time, our stunt coordinator, Brock Markham! Our safety, Nate Mitchell! And the woman we set on fire, Julia Elizabeth! Well done, stunt department. Well, if you're not sure if that was real fire, if you're seated a little farther away, you can ask the folks sitting right next to the stage here. Could we feel that? Yeah, all right.
Hey, Susan, I'm back. I'm ready for the big finale. Come on, you and me, let's do it. Hot, let's hit it. Woo, yeah, hot, woo.
We already did the burn, man.
Yeah, you do that bird. Brock's last show. Let's do it. Nate's last show. Let's do it. Hot, one for them. Yeah, woo, hit it.
Hey, it's my last last show.
Yeah.
Do one more.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. You brought it home for me, baby. Woo! Always think when you need them. This is hot. Ooh, I can feel it. Susan, get out of the way.
Okay.
Get out of the way. I'm a tornado of flame. I'm a Phoenix splash of fucking action. Get out your marshmallows, kids. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle.
You're out, Matt. He's okay! Well done, Matt. And now if we can all direct your attention to the booth way up there. You see a clock just under that clock. That's Bill Lehman. He has been doing shows in this theater for 37 years. Give him a big round of applause. It's his last show with us. Take your final bow, Bill. We love you. And we will see you in the movies. We have those green lights though. There we go. Have the best day ever. Universal Studios Hollywood.
The entertainment capital of LA. You know, they'll only be like $5.
You better pay that for release today.
I don't know. I mean, they're tearing the building down. I think he's gonna run out here.
Bill, you owe $5.
$5 bro. Come on, I put your grandkid in the show.
I don't think he's gonna pay you.